And we are live. Good evening, folks. Mobile Geezer here with Mike, Simply Your Device, and Will from, I guess, the channel called Will. And
yeah, that's right, Will.
this is our usual, right? This is our usual Friday night tech talk. And Will has disappeared to go get something to drink. But Mike, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device, hanging out with George Hayes, or better known as Mobile Geezer, and my friend Will. Hopefully my friend Will is getting some apple juice.
Lemonade.
Okay.
Lemonade.
Hey, I got lemonade too. So there.
All right. Well, I'm drinking. Let's see, Ocean City coffee,
Okay.
and I got water, and I did bring this up for you guys.
He's got multiple liquids here, so you could end up getting pissed off. Never mind. Okay.
Mike, is that symbolism? Your apple juice is running out.
Yeah, it is. That's right. You picked up on it. Good man. Good man.
Now, Mike said his hello. Now you got to say your hello. And
what's going on, everybody? It's Friday the 13th. Hope everybody having a good day.
And introduce your channel.
My channel's drowning right now, so not really too much to introduce. I only got 3 videos on there.
The name of his channel is Will. Just
because I can't afford to keep up with these guys, so I just put stuff up there when I got time.
But when think about it,
I guess the guest host with these guys on Fridays.
But if you think about it, you look at all the guys' channels, it's pretty closely directly related to how long you've been doing this and your number of subscribers. Case in point, Jay Will. He's got what, about 65, 70,000 subscribers? Well, he's been doing this like 10 years.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, getting to the 100 mark is no, it ain't going to happen overnight,
Exactly. So. Yeah, that first 100 is tough to get. Took me a long time.
Yeah.
And I mean, just plain 100,
Don't worry, Will. You got to follow it. Everybody wants to know where you're at. Everybody has to know where's Will and where's Mom. So
Yeah.
Those are usually the first 2 that everybody asks for, both on this stream and on the Wednesday night stream with Adam and Mike.
Look at that. You got Kirk in the room and 6 Lewis.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Getting a link after Mom actually too. I'm going to share the link to Mom.
That's right. Everybody's going to be looking for Carol.
That's right.
So she had her little procedure. She's okay, right?
Yes. She had a heart monitor put in, because they were concerned about her heart rate being slow, but it's just all precautionary.
Okay.
So it's all good.
Because in a picture on Facebook from the hospital, she was smiling, so I figured, well, she must be okay.
And my wife was with her, so that's all. The party was with her. Let me just say that. Okay. My wife keeps it interesting.
Good.
Yep.
Wives tend to do that. Okay, so
go ahead, hit us up there, George.
The first thing we want to talk about tonight is Mike. Show your new toy first of all.
My new toy. I have the LG. Ooh, I didn't get a towel. I got the LG V30S in Morocco blue, and it's quite nice too. It's really tiny. I forgot to bring a towel, but it's really my brother's biggest comment. He said, "Wow, that is thin and that's light."
Yeah,
it's really really nice. And I haven't had a lot of time with it. Today's probably the most I had time to play around with it.
Okay.
So
this is strictly a personal phone, right?
No, this is on the channel phone. The personal number is the Pixel right now.
Okay, I thought you were going to give out your phone number for a minute.
No. Well, one of these days it might slip, but hopefully I slip up and this is the phone number I'll give out.
Okay.
So yeah, it has an extra 2 gigs of RAM.
Okay.
And I gotta turn this down. All right. Whoa, there we go.
Boom!
Wide open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will. My first super chat ever comes from Will. Wow. That's big time, and coming from you especially, that's big.
He's got a super chat. You see that?
Wow.
We got George open on Friday.
We forgot to say that in the beginning there, George. Go ahead, George. Introduce your super chat. Go ahead.
Well, today was the first day I turned on Super Chat for the very first time, and Will, of course, gave me the honor of being the very first one to contribute. Guarantee you it'll go back to the channel. Thank you, Will.
Oh, no problem, George.
That's
all right, we got some topics coming up. The new 9, I see. I'm gonna try to keep. I'm gonna write them down so we can get to them before.
All right, but I've got them printed out. But you got to let Mike talk about his experiences with the Vita.
Well, I mean,
I have mine.
So far,
I have mine right here. You're right. It is thin and light. I've been loving this phone since I got it.
I compared to my brother's G7, it was a lot more bulkier, and I'm not saying in a bad way. Don't get me wrong. The case helps. Having a case helps. It is, as you can see. I don't know if the fingerprints are showing up on it.
Right. You know, is it slippery like the original one, like mine?
I didn't take that chance.
Okay.
I didn't take that. The minute I unboxed it, I'm gonna release the unbox video maybe tonight. Okay. But the minute I did it in the unboxing. I showed I got 2 cases. One case is going to go back. One case is it's like putting a brick within a brick. Yeah. It was way too big. And I wanted something to show the color. I mean, this is really a color you don't see on a phone.
Right.
And an interesting thing I wanted to also mention is Grant S. He happened to import the LG G7 ThinQ. I don't know if they put an S plus or something like that. Yeah, which uses the same similar specs, 6 gig of RAM, 128 memory, and in Moroccan blue. Okay. And I was surprised to see that. And now I think if they would have released that here in the States, I don't know. I'm this game of only having one or 2 colors. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
You know what I'm seeing? The best thing I think to do is to wait.
Yeah.
Give it like 6 months and let them put out everything. Because look at even
all
one.
The colors are out. Yeah.
Said, oh yeah, this white is going to be rare. Yeah. Well, this year I don't know about long term, but just 2 months into their phone. This year, that One Plus is not going to hold the value like it normally does on Swapper because it's not as special. The white one, they done did like 5 or 6 runs with it.
Yeah.
The red one just came out. There's like 5. It's like they're kind of killing the specialness of the phone, but I guess that's what they have to do to sell more units and get bigger. But I think
you think they're oversaturating us.
I think it's going to put them in the same boat with Samsung. Even if you go to the website now, every phone there is available. Okay. It's going to put them in the same boat with Samsung, where the value is going to start plummeting in the store. Okay. On the other hand, I still see Pixels on there. People are still reselling Pixels for $650, $700.
Yeah, they're holding their value, aren't they?
Yeah.
So this is my first glass back phone.
Oh, yes, of course. Okay.
My first one. I got to get me a wireless charging pad. I completely forgot I had wireless charging. I do take it to the bathroom confidently that I can put it by the sink, and if it fell into the sink with water in it, I know I'll be okay. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I definitely notice a little bit, to me personally, and maybe it's the newness, but it is a lot quicker as far as like if you do the old scrolling, that kind of thing. I got a fair amount of apps in the background, and they're all staying there. Okay. And the neat thing I want to point out too is I don't know if is this
turn your brightness down a little bit.
Okay, hold on. They don't have. Oh, here it is.
There you go. It looked better already.
Okay. There's a button here. Do you have this, George? A little button that would make. Let's see. It makes it gives you more screen. It got rid of.
I don't think I'm just powering mine on, but I'll let you know in a minute. I don't think I have that button, no.
Well, the thing is with this phone, I quickly found one thing I found is you have that option. You're getting more screen and no notch. For the ones who are the haters of the notch,
exactly.
This is taking really a lot of real estate. It has a lot of using a lot of the screen.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out. Look, I'm going to try and post pictures on Twitter. I'm going to the beach tomorrow with my nephew.
Oh, good. That was my other question. Have you used video at all yet?
No, everybody's going to see tomorrow. I'm just going to shoot pictures, note it, which camera came from what. If I have a way to piece something together while sitting on the beach, because I'm planning on just chilling on the beach and watching my nephew have fun.
Right.
Maybe I can piece a video together using the YouTube app or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and no, mine does not have that button. So.
Yours don't have that button. You see? Okay.
See, you've got the S, and I have the original.
Right. And getting back to a little bit, I do find, I think to Will's point is, I did find it interesting that this has got 6 gigs, 128. So this is like the plus version that T-Mobile's selling.
Yeah.
The only thing is it's got the color. Maybe some other UI tweaks. I wish you were near me. I could say, here, let's compare.
Yeah, we could.
UI features. I'm curious because that alone, I found that very helpful. I don't have the buttons down here. I just do a little swipe up gesture, and there they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think you can turn that on and off, I believe.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mike. Mike, you got a question in the room. You have the LG V30S, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And one more thing about I found interesting was that great. I got this a used unit. All right, grade 10. They graded from 10 to like no more than like 8, I think. And for whatever reason, the other phone, the other V30 and V30 Plus, the prices were outrageous as a used unit. I picked that up for $549.
And what are the prices on those?
Like 6 and more.
That's amazing.
And and Will and I have been seeing this phone for a while, haven't we, Will? Off and on for sale, as new. So I really think they got a glut of them, and they're trying to unload them.
You know what it is?
What's that, Will? You're breaking up.
Yeah, Will, we just lost your sound. If you can hear us, he's talking, but not getting anything.
Oh, he's raring to go.
Yeah, I think he knows now. Didn't this happen last time I was hosting?
One other time. It's definitely. I definitely know that it's definitely acting like internet connection.
Okay. Hey, Patricia, your wife is here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but when I told Pat,
there's Mom.
Mom's in the room. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Karen.
Love your. And she likes your hat.
Oh, yeah. Forgot to mention, this is the first day I've gotten my brand new hat. This is number 14, I believe.
Oh my God.
And I did wear red shoes and a red hat today.
Good. I'm glad you're matching.
I've got 5 pairs of red shoes, so I had to buy the hat.
So,
Well, I hope you're fixing whatever's wrong so we can hear you again.
Yeah. Will probably has some good points about this, but the color what grabbed me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there was I was torn. I was and I don't want me to divvy. I just want to share. I don't know if you, George. I don't know if I sold my V20 because my friend needed a phone. Right. I walked him through various options. And I knew that the minute I showed him the V20 and he was desperate for a phone, he was just going to take it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at least you gave him a good phone.
Oh, and without doubt, he's extremely happy with it. Happy with it. But I missed some of the features. I really noticed a big difference in the with headphones.
Yeah.
And then having the wide angle, having the camera. I want to compare.
You have the multiple cameras on there.
Right.
Whereas with the V30s, you can only do a front and back at the same time, which I still love.
Yeah, but I like the wide angle.
Yeah.
I like the manual mode. I did play around with that a little bit when I first got the phone. I kind of like, okay. I mean, hands down, the Pixel's got photo quality though too.
Right.
So that's why I want to kind of do a comparison while I'm at the beach tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just like this color, and part of me wants to stand out. I admit a little bit of, you know what I mean. You know, you don't see this color, you don't see this style of phone.
Exactly.
I got my case over there, but I got a clear case, speaking clear case.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you got a beautiful phone, you feel like you got to get a clear case.
Well, I get a case for it. You know what I mean? To see here. Oh,
Will,
okay.
Will's back. Will, can we hear you yet? He's not talking. Will, say if you can hear us, say something so we can see if we can hear you. I don't think he can hear us either. Okay, very weird. That's right. Even if we could hear him, we'd probably hear the kids too. But I hear nothing coming from them. Oh, and the reason I asked you specifically about videos, because if you remember, a lot of the guys couldn't stand the front-facing camera on the V30. So I'm wondering if it's better on that. I didn't have that big a problem with it. It's not as good as others, but I know like Jay Will and a few other guys, they hated the front camera. So I'm interested to see what you think.
George, I'm messaging you on something. Check out your Hangouts in about 2 seconds here.
Okay.
Is Will with us?
He just, it looks like he just logged off again. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna try and get him on here.
Okay. Do I have to send him an invite?
Do you have him on Hangouts?
No, I don't have his.
All right. Let me let me see. He's sending me stuff.
Well,
sorry,
Alan gave me a super chat. Thanks, Alan. This is my first super chat. So yeah, thanks, Alan.
Woohoo! Let's see. Let me bounce over there. Nice. Phone tech at work. Awesome.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Thank you. Paul Tech, I see you.
You guys are humbling me. I thought I was already humble. So.
Paul, I know I don't have the V20. I'm getting back to his question here. I don't have the V20. I sold it to a friend of mine who needed a phone, and I think he really liked the phone a lot.
Yeah, from what you said, this is the best phone he's ever had, isn't it, the V20?
Yes, we moved him up to a flagship. So, right. So I'm trying to get this to him. I am trying. Should I let everybody know?
Yeah, we're trying to bring in my Project 13. So we're talking really big time now, all right?
Yeah, we're yeah.
And Will is still
large here.
I guess Will's still trying to get back in. I don't know. Maybe I should send Will the invite.
Well, you know, hey, look, it's that Comcast he gotten. You know, that top dollar Comcast he got.
Exactly.
Oh man, I've been so busy with other stuff going on. I haven't had a chance to, you know, kibitz with him for a few days. So him and I got a lot of jabs to throw at each other.
Yeah. I just sent Will another invite just in case that'll help.
Okay. All right. I got what's his name? Anthony. I sent it to him.
Okay, good.
It'd
be great to have him on. And here's another. Okay, now we can hear you again.
Oh,
thank God.
It's that Comcast. It's that great Comcast. Whoa. Now you sound like you're in a tunnel. Time to return to Pixelbook.
Nah, it's the AirPods, yo.
Yeah, it was the AirPods, okay.
All right.
Wait a minute, another Apple fail. Is that what you're saying?
Something like that.
So share with me. I'm curious. What happened?
Now, wait, hold on. Where was we at before we got?
I don't know. I want to know about your iPhone.
LG.
Okay, go ahead.
No, because they have too many of them. They got to get rid of them because they got the G7.
So you're saying they have too many of the S specifically? That's why it's costing less than the others?
They were selling, not LG, B&H. They were selling the S model for $679, and the new one was $750.
Okay, yeah. So
they had to, get rid of something.
Okay.
So they started dropping the price.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It was good for you though.
Oh yeah, it was a win for me.
Will, while you were gone, Anthony from My Project 13 is going to come in. I think Mike's just
I saw Mike's.
Okay. And so, are we ready to move on to Will's new toy?
Are we, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
Mike's gonna try to grill me already.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. Come on, man. It's been a few days, okay? You know?
Well, I picked up the Pixel book today. I got a deal on it.
I'm trying to
tell everybody about it.
I'm working on getting
you sent me, Will.
It's good right now. I'm loving it. You know, it's Chrome, but
and you're broadcasting using it right now.
Oh
right?
yeah. This is the Pixel book camera. Yeah.
Okay. That's a pretty good camera on a laptop. I mean, on that.
Yeah, it's working good. No complaints yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Now you've had it for how long? A couple hours.
Yeah.
So far, but tell everybody about the deal you got on the thing. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, it was. I got on the price match Amazon, so it was like $780 in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that is an awesome price.
Yeah.
And what precipitated? Let me ask you, why did you get rid of the MacBook? I was surprised.
Because I knew the other one's coming. What happened was, the other one was coming out. So I said, what did I see it on? It was on YouTube, and then everything Apple Pro was like, it's coming. Okay. And I was like, all right, let me do it before.
And that is your standard procedure. You usually get rid of something because something else is coming, and you're going to jump off.
But you know what? They didn't really. The reason I didn't go back to that, because that you can get it now. They didn't really upgrade the 13-inch one, and I don't really want a 15.
I heard
do too much to the 13-inch. So,
yeah, I heard that they didn't upgrade in a couple of other videos.
And in fact, I saved like $600. So.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome.
And this is what I had wanted. I had wanted this when they first announced it, but I wasn't paying $1,000.
Yeah, I wanted one too, but I still won't have one. I'm probably not going to get one either.
Man, I wasn't paying $1,000.
I'm having trouble. I'm trying to use that link.
What? Go to the email.
Yeah, I did. I forwarded him the email.
Oh, okay.
I forwarded the email, and I.
Is he saying he can't get in even with the email?
Yeah, he's saying, I'm afraid to click. I clicked on it. That's how I.
Why don't you send me his email in the Hangout, and
all right, I will.
I will put an invite straight out from here. That's
Go ahead.
All. Okay.
Hopefully he's watching this. I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? Let me.
Don't leave us, Anthony. We love you too much.
Yeah. Hang in there. Technical difficulties. That's what we do.
All right. Well, since we're dealing with that, let's go on. One of the topics from the room. I don't know if you had this, George.
Will, why do you sound like you're in a tunnel? I'm not joking.
I don't know.
There's a little bit of that. Well, for me, it's not bad, but it's
got to be the AirPods, because my sound is from the AirPods.
Okay.
Oh yeah. One of the topics
was the YouTube creators getting accounts struck by YouTube because of their Twitch promotions on YouTube.
Yeah, and it seems like lately YouTube is clamping down on. They're clamping down. I don't get it.
Let me ask you. Well, first, let me explain it to you, folks. I haven't got the article in front of me, but it was a short article, and it said some big YouTubers like Linus Tech Reviews and a couple of others. They were advertising their Twitch show in a YouTube. Well, technically, that's against YouTube's policy, which you agree to when you start a channel, but they have never enforced it until now. And according to all three guys who got taken down, YouTube didn't just give them a warning, they just shut down their channels entirely. And I guess they might be back by now, but they just did this. Now, whose side are you on this, Mike? Interesting, because I think you're going to be surprised from my answer.
George. So what they did was the people advertised for an outside video creation thing, Twitch.
Yeah, they advertised their Twitch show.
Shut their channel down.
Right. Now, what they're saying is that, yes, they knew it was part of the rules that you weren't supposed to do that, but they had never enforced it before. My answer to that is then I'm on YouTube's side, because There's Anthony. All right, he's here.
He's here.
Okay. And
That was
Anthony,
the rule thing, yeah.
Anthony, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't see you.
Okay. We'll wait.
We just had his video up. There we go.
You're worth the wait, Anthony. We're good.
Yep. Anthony?
Yeah, I can't see you.
It must be Will's Comcast.
Oh, Mike is brutal today.
Yo, how you all doing? How you doing?
Wow, I don't know why it's.
Okay. Hey, Jay Will is in here. Hey, John.
Hey.
Finally got super chat. Aren't you amazed? And my first super chat came from Will, and the second one came from Alan. So I'm very happy and very honored.
Let's see. Whoa, we're getting there.
Okay. I think you get somewhere, Anthony. He was almost there. I know he can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear. There I am.
There you go. Okay. All right. You came in.
I think now I only have 20 minutes to be on.
Okay. Well, I know you got to get up like incredible early in the morning, right?
Well, my son is cooking dinner too, so I didn't want to take away from what you guys started here. So my apologies.
No, no problem. Hey, we're honored to have you on.
Yeah.
Now, you came in at a good time because we're discussing YouTube shutting down Linus Tech Talk and a couple of other big YouTubers because they advertise their Twitch shows on YouTube. Now, their argument was they knew that was against the rules, but YouTube has never enforced it. And then YouTube didn't even give them a warning. They just shut down their channels. Now, I'm on YouTube side on this.
I mean, I agree with YouTube too, though, if you think about it, because just because they let you do it for that long, don't mean you're going to keep running with it.
Right. And to me, it's like, okay, we can get away with this, so let's push the envelope. Well, I don't think that's the way you should do things. You know, what do you think, Anthony?
You know, the thing is, with everything and anything, and this was the whole thing with ZTE. You know, when the big question went up in the air to everybody, what everybody thought about that whole consequence with ZTE. When there are rules in place, the thing is, those rules got to be followed.
Especially when you agreed to follow the rules verbally and in contract.
They were handed down a set of rules that they had to abide by. Right. They lied about it, didn't do it. The consequences were handed out. And regardless of if we dig their smartphones or not,
exactly,
that has nothing to do with them breaking the rules and lying about it. So YouTube has a set of rules. They're getting stricter about how these rules are going to affect us YouTubers. Right. And if these rules are already there, regardless if they never enforce them, and if you break them, that's the rule.
Anthony and I are right in sync with this.
It's plain and simple. If I'm late to work, guess what? I get sat down and I get warned. If I'm late to work again, I get written up. If I'm late to work again, I'm fired. That's the rule.
You know what, though? But that's what they're saying. What they're saying is they were never warned. But it's like
they were saying it was no warning. Because, but the answer to that was they've been getting away with it, and they knew they were getting away with it.
That's the thing. If you were late to work and your boss didn't say nothing, does that mean keep doing it? That means
no. Here's the thing. Those rules are already written down.
And you've already agreed to them.
And I've already agreed to them. So I already knew on paper I would be warned. I already knew on paper I would then be suspended. I already knew on paper that I would be fired the third time around. Linus, these guys know those rules. They're just pushing to see what happens.
Exactly. And
because you know what?
And because you should know, I'm a rule follower by natural trait, so
they are on a bigger stage, and maybe they're just trying to see if they can get away with it. Who knows?
Could be.
I mean, I like some of the content that I see over at Linus's channel. I really do.
Me too.
But they know. They just pushed the envelope, and that's what happened. Now they're back on, right? I mean,
Yeah, they're back on. And I just find it interesting that this happened, and there was that other YouTuber that showed how to get in a 4-year videos from 4 years.
Apple.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Well, I shared that video with you.
iPhone, yeah.
And it seems like at times, to me, YouTube has these moments. All of a sudden, we're going to crack the whip, and all of a sudden,
but Mike, that Apple one, that wasn't YouTube. That was Apple's people stopped that video.
I understand that, but still, YouTube stood behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it wasn't a copyright. It wasn't a copyright thing, but still, they had to take it down because of what they were showing. You know what I mean? They were showing them. That's basically like showing them improper use of their software. At least if people know how to do it, but don't go display it for everybody to see. You know what I mean? What about the people who do the jailbreaks?
Yeah, but it's kind of different because if you jailbreak your phone,
both are coincide with each other. That's all.
If you jailbreak your phone, you void your warranty.
Exactly.
If you put software on your phone that Apple licenses, they can't really say much. But if you're getting it early or whatever, then Apple has a right to be upset.
And just like
they don't want
to be upset if you're advertising your Twitch show.
They don't want instructions out on how to do it.
Now, I'm just asking here about the rule thing because I wasn't aware of how stringent it was. But are they penalizing them if they were to show they have an Amazon store or anything like that? I've heard other people talk about they gotten sort of in trouble. In
the comment in Google's little paragraph about it, they're wording as if what they basically said is if you're intentionally pulling people away from YouTube.
Yeah.
And when you're advertising a Twitch show, you're intentionally pulling people.
You're pulling people to go to Twitch to watch your video.
Yeah. Exactly. So I agree with them.
You can't get mad.
Let me interrupt one sec. Anthony, what are you using this to broadcast with?
The V30.
Oh,
wow.
The picture looks crystal clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good smartphone. It's a really good smartphone.
Yeah. Is that the rear camera or the front camera?
That's the front camera.
Okay, see, I was right. The front camera isn't so terrible after all. You hear me, John?
That's awesome. Anthony, you made his night. I tell you now.
Well, I'm going to see John in a couple of weeks. He's probably going to beat my butt.
If that's the only thing I can accomplish on being on this stream, then
thank you very much. So the general consensus, it seems to me that Anthony and I are kind of saying YouTube is right and perfectly within their rights, but you two seem a little.
No, I think they're right. They're right.
Okay. So you're with us.
I think they're right. You can't. That's just like he said. If you're late to work and your boss doesn't say nothing for a week, are you just going to say, well, I can just be late forever, and then when you get in trouble, you're going to be mad? You can't do that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're with us. And Mike, iffy about YouTube's decision or not?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard about the rules. It's just it's.
Yeah, but look,
I hear what you're all saying, and I agree. It just seems like all of a sudden it just the hammer falls, and let's make these people an example.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Because it's what Will is saying and what Anthony is saying. Just because your boss didn't write you up for being late to work for the first time doesn't mean you just keep doing it.
I saw a police officer. I forget where I saw it, but something about there's a sign on a road somewhere here in Jersey that says the speed limit is X amount of miles. Now you've been warned. Mm-hmm. That's the whole gist of it. It's here's the speed limit 45, and now you've been warned. So they're basically telling you get pulled over. There's no warnings.
But YouTube just did exactly what you're doing here by talking about it on this live stream is what YouTube wanted to as well. They seen it happen. They threw the hammer down. Now the conversation's out.
Exactly.
See, this is part of what YouTube wants. They want us to talk about this so others will know that hey, maybe whether it's unfair to you or not in these live stream conversations, the fact is it's a rule. It was broken. We decided to do it. You're talking about it. It's getting out there. So this is part of what they want as well.
And you made
Mike, you know
that
why I
much
think
more
you can't-
glad I agree with them on this one.
This is why I think people can't be mad. YouTube is free. You're not paying to be
Exactly.
Right.
They're
Exactly.
giving you something for free, and if you got to follow the rules.
Right.
So check this out. I put a lot of music into my videos.
Yeah.
I get a lot of free music. There's a lot of channels I go to for non-free copyrighted music. Some of
Right.
those channels, some of the rules on those channels from some of the
But I'm going to have to mute a minute because my dog is barking. My wife is just coming home. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so the one thing that they ask if you're going to use the music is that you put a link to the channel. It's for free, but one of the rules is you put the link. So one time, a couple times I didn't put the links down below in my video. So they actually demonetized my video because the channel said that I didn't follow the rule to putting the information to their channel in my video. So what I did is that I got in contact with the channel, whoever was in charge of that, and I went ahead and submitted the information down below in my video, and then they went ahead and monetized my video.
Why didn't you get mad?
I didn't do it on purpose, but in due respect to getting the free music from those folks out there who are giving free music, you have to follow their rules, right?
You could have got mad and then complained.
What's that?
I said you could have got mad and complained.
Right, but I understood what they were saying.
Yeah.
I didn't, and it was a mistake. But I have to honor that, right? If somebody's going to use my stuff, then they have to get my permission.
All right, here we go, Mike. I got a topic, and we didn't talk about it. Oh, Mike's going. Did you see Did you see who was that? OnePlus using MKBHD's video as a commercial. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they put his review of the phone. They paid for it, I guess, and used it as a commercial. They didn't tell him; they just did it. That was a big thing the past few days.
Oh, you're talking about MKBHD, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a big thing the past few days.
Sorry,
All right,
about,
let's get to this.
sorry about my interrupting. The family's visiting. My wife was out. The dog couldn't stand the fact that she didn't come into the garage. So.
George, while Mike's gone, one of the people in the room,
Okay.
they wanted to talk about the Note 9 and the Bluetooth S Pen, and somebody else wanted to discuss ZTE. I think ZTE is one of our topics, right?
ZTE is one of our
All right,
but you go ahead. You go ahead and
Well, no,
you go
the
ahead
Note
and talk
9,
about the Note 9.
What do you think about the Note 9 coming up? 13. What do you think about the Note 9?
Anthony, you.
You know, I don't know. At this point, they're highlighting the pin to be a little bit different. You'll be able to. It's going to give you a bigger battery, so you can
And
charge
Bluetooth, right?
What's that?
And Bluetooth, right, with the pen.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you guys, I'm not really into the Note 8 as much. And it just doesn't seem like on this device there's going to be but little incremental changes. They're taking steps to further your experience on it,
Right.
but nothing really that makes you go, wow, unless you're really into using that S Pen. If you are really into using that S Pen, I mean, outside of that, you're not really going to have a lot of change. Okay, they're moving the fingerprint reader over to the bottom of the cameras.
Right.
The cameras will be better. I don't know.
It seems like most of the YouTubers agree with you because I've heard so many people saying this is going to be a very incremental upgrade, and
Pretty much from all of the big OEMs this year, it's just been incremental.
Yeah.
Everything's just small.
I guess I'm giving a boring answer to a topic that I find kind of boring when it comes to the Note 9. I really think that we're going to be looking at major changes with the S series when it comes to the S10 and probably the Note 10.
Yeah, because of the 10-year anniversary.
Right now, it's sort of that whole leak, the rumors, everything seems. I've been doing some homework on it. It just seems boring to me. It just doesn't seem that interesting. And that's kind of where I'm at. And I hope they change my mind when this device comes out, that there's something really that we go, oh my gosh, we didn't think that was going to be on that device, but I don't know.
But you're not alone, because this is what everybody is saying, that they're going to save everything for the S10 and the Note 10. You know. Go ahead, Will.
It's this year with Samsung is all about the pen. I was really happy when LG said they weren't going to do the releases every year. Then they came right out with the next release.
Yes, they did.
I think more of the OEMs try to do it that way. They don't, focus on the one thing you put out and come out when you make a big change, but just to keep, because the sales keep dropping. The sales aren't going to,
right.
Especially with something like the Note. If you bought the 8, you're not going to jump and buy the 9.
Right.
Now, if you've never had a Note device, my wife's best friend is still using her Samsung Galaxy S5.
Really?
She is going to buy the Note 9. So this is going to be amazing for her.
Yeah, and a major upgrade for her.
And a major upgrade. Yeah. So if we're talking about someone like that that's been using a device that's that old, well then, hey, this is going to be the wow factor. Right. But for you and I, it's not the wow factor.
And I'm not a Note guy. I had the Note 3 for a long, long time, and I've never bought a Note 10 because for me, I just didn't use the pen, so it didn't make sense to me. For me. And,
if you don't use the pen, you might as well get a S8 or S9. Or,
exactly. So for me, I'm more excited by the Galaxy S's.
Well, and I think that maybe if you really want a pen and you want to save some money, you can go check out like Jay Will's a video on the LG Stylo 4. It's a decent price point for a great budget mid smartphone that has a pen, and then save your money until the Note 10 comes out.
Yeah, exactly. And TechRide has been showing off the Stylo 4 for, I don't know, a week or two now already. So
what do you think about that, Will?
But the Stylo, I've never used one, but I believe Mike's wife has a Stylo 3.
Stylo 3.
Yeah. And he said she loves it. So
yeah. Now, of course, Anthony, you have to understand, Will is our resident phone snob.
I had the Note 8. I had the Note 8, and I did like it, but it was the same as my S8 Plus. And just, it wasn't that much of a thing. So I don't think I would buy another Note either.
Okay.
I'm not really paying too much attention to the Note 9 either. Everything they're highlighting is the pen. And it looks like they're even pushing it out early this year because they know they're going to have tough competition with the iPhone. So I think Samsung kind of knew this one isn't going to sell like they wanted to, especially based off the S9 not selling as good.
And they know that everybody knows they're going to throw everything at the S10. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Will, what was the other thing you said people wanted to?
ZTE. The ZTE.
Okay.
What was that escrow payment they had to make or something?
Yes, they finally made that. What was it? $400 million escrow payment. Now that they've already paid their $1 billion penalty, but the government said you have to put $400 million in an escrow account. So if you screw up again, we're going to use that. So I gather today they actually put up that $400 million. So as of today, I gather that they've got the green light to start doing business with U.S. companies again.
I thought it said they were still banned.
No, I think the ban was supposedly lifted today. At least that's what I kind of read, because there were stories from yesterday, the day before, and today. So the one that I read today looked to me like the ban was lifted as of today. I'm not positive.
So let me throw this question in there. If this is true and the ban is lifted or it's going to lift,
right?
Do you think that with everything that's happened with ZTE now, that if carriers were actually thinking of carrying their devices in store, or even stores that have carried their devices like Best Buy, do you think that they're going to shy away from ZTE because of all of this?
I definitely think carriers will shy away. Now, Best Buy, I'm not sure. Best Buy sold their products pretty well, and I gather they made some money for Best Buy. if I were Best Buy and the ban is lifted, and keep in mind this is a 10-year kind of probationary period. If I were Best Buy, I'd go ahead and start selling their phones again. But I don't, who knows? But I don't think it's going to be real quick to get back on their feet. And keep in mind, I only know personally all the American people that worked in ZTE that really had nothing to do with what the Chinese decided to do stupidly with Iran. So I guess I'll find out how well things get back if I get to go to Vegas again. We'll see.
I think the carriers are going to shy away. I think Best Buy is even going to shy away because I was just reading what they say. I forget who it was. They were saying they were pressuring Google to try to break the relationship with, I forget what company it was.
Huawei. It was Huawei.
Yeah. So I think that there's going to be political pressure on the company.
This is what I don't understand. From everything I've read for the last at least 3 months, there are a group of people in the House and Senate who seem to have this, to me, over-the-top hatred, especially for ZTE and Huawei. And I don't get it. But they're always going. That's how they won't let the military buy any ZTE products, any Huawei products. Why do they have it in specifically for those two? Xiaomi seems to be able to sell whatever they want, and nobody's saying a word. So I don't get this. This hatred seems to be something more behind it than just saying they're spying on us or they're working with the Chinese government, because they singled out these two companies and only these two companies.
Yeah. There's. I agree. There's got to be something more politically going on that we're just not aware of.
Exactly.
And,
because when the president decided to make this deal with the Chinese president, and they went ahead with this deal, there was some Congress people who were just incensed because they had every intention of stopping this deal, but they were too late. So I don't get the hatred, but
well, maybe one day that will all come out and we'll be like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Hope I'm still alive to see it. Hey, Mike is back.
Hey, I'm sorry, I had to take care of something personal family.
That's
there,
okay.
so.
That's fine.
But so what did I miss? What's going on? Get me up to speed.
We just kind of finished talking about ZTE coming back, and they paid their $400 million in escrow, I gather, today. So we're thinking the ban. I was thinking the ban was lifted today, or it certainly will be soon. And Anthony asked, "Did we think that the carriers will shy away?" Now, Will and I both think the carriers will stay away from ZTE. And Anthony asked if we thought Best Buy. Will thinks Best Buy won't touch him. I'm thinking if I'm Best Buy, I might. What do you think?
Well, that's a hard question to answer, because for a long time they were the economy phone to get.
Yes.
And they really, their cornerstone of the business was that.
Right.
So there is a bit of a vacuum happening right now. There's no, you could count on getting a ZTE, or they were cranking out ZTE phones for Cricket and Boost,
you saw them all over Best Buy and T-Mobile and Cricket and Boost.
Right. So can they come in and fill that void again? Yeah, they can. But on the other hand, I'll be as a vendor buying their phones.
Right.
Are they gonna take a chance? You know what I mean? You already have Huawei phones that are on the fence. I guess
you've got to try to build up some trust again somehow.
Right. Well, that's for the vendor. That's for the buyer.
Right.
But the general public, we're the ones that see this.
Right.
You turn on the evening news, you don't hear ZTE maybe you heard one time on the late night news. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if ZTE rolled out with a $99 smartphone and a $50 phone card, that's what people are getting into. You know what I mean? So don't worry, we'll be all one of us will be buying that new ZTE phone and give them a try.
Yeah, you can count on that. Yeah.
Without
George,
doubt.
you gotta get some more super chats. You grab you a ZTE.
Yeah, that's true.
George's super chat is open.
Yeah, for the very first
Today's
time.
His first day. His what's it called? His forget the word, but his first one.
Will was the first person to donate to me through Super Chat, which I was very honored. And Alan from Phone Tech at Work was the second. So, hey, I'm very grateful.
So here we go.
All right, Mike, you're the next one. We gotta get you to Super Chat level.
I know. I'm. It's getting there. It's getting there. Why is it saying decline? I don't believe it.
George, you got a Super Chat.
Thank you, Kirk. Kirk Fontaine just dropped in a Super Chat on me. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate it.
Hey, question, you guys. Who there has the G7 and the V30?
Here?
Yeah, out of you guys.
Okay, I've got the original V30.
Super Chat.
Okay.
Have you guys been getting the software updates for your security patches?
Yes, I have.
Now here's the thing. I just want to also. I took a chance with this phone because I was very disappointed in the unlock. I got the unlocked version here.
Right.
And the support for the unlocked V20 that I had, and this one's only on March's security patch. I mean I checked, and it seems like LG don't really pay any mind for these phones as far as unlocked ones. Now
I got to power mine. What security patch do you have, Anthony?
I just got and about 2 hours ago, the July.
Okay.
And my V30 is set up to go. It's telling me right now it needs to download that one too as well.
Okay, because I haven't turned mine on in about a week. So any patches that's come in the last week I haven't gotten, but I'm powering it on right now. So.
Now, if anybody has, not to throw this conversation up, but if anybody has the Huawei Nexus 6P, I just got 3 software updates. Okay. I went from April to June, July in a matter of 1 week.
Okay, well, I'll be turning mine on tomorrow. Then.
Anthony, what did you do with yours? It was off and it was just sitting there?
It was sitting there. You turned it on. Then the May came, and then a couple days later, June came, and then yesterday, July came.
Okay.
Nice.
Just to throw that out there for anybody who wants to know that.
I still have mine, so I'll be checking tomorrow to see if I have some updates.
Yeah, here we go. There's the security, and this is the unlocked version. So
what's that, March, right?
Yeah, March.
Yeah, and I have the I already had the June 1st update applied to mine. I think a couple of weeks ago. I think
that's amazing.
Okay.
That's something else. That's something that they do that with these phones. You know, the carrier ones get the stuff. You know what I mean. So
this was initially a T-Mobile locked to T-Mobile. I have it unlocked, but you could hear when I turned it on. You could still hear the T-Mobile jingle. But it's unlocked now, so I guess T-Mobile sent that through. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be out.
All right, sir. Well, I hope you enjoy your dinner.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna have some baby back ribs.
There you go.
So
is this where I go? I want my baby back.
You guys are all welcome to come over.
Thanks.
All right.
Don't forget to send a private jet. Okay.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you having me on for a short little time.
That's great to have you.
We appreciate your input. Have a good one, sir.
All right, peace.
Enjoy.
All right. Talk to you.
Yes, Will. Go ahead.
No, I was telling him to enjoy his ribs.
Oh, okay. Now, our next topic.
You got a couple super chats in there, George, while you were. Kirk sent you a super chat.
Oh, yeah, there was another one. Oh.
Mike sent you a super chat. Mike.
Well, you guys are too good. You guys just believe in being kind to old folks. I like this.
Jay Wolf, they don't give you a super chat in person.
I want you, George, to get your new ZTE phone. All right.
Yeah.
So
it will all go back to the channel. You can count on that. The next topic we had is still kind of an important topic, and that's, I gather, even though this judge last week approved the AT&T Time Warner merger, the Justice Department is about to appeal that.
Yeah,
and say this is bad for competition.
This is the same thing with the T-Mobile.
It's same thing, right? Except the difference was the T-Mobile thing never got approved, supposedly finally by some judge. The AT&T Time Warner merger did get approved by the judge. That was supposedly going to be the last thing. Well, I guess not. But you see, the fact that the Justice Department has to appeal to this judge tells you that it's a done deal, where the T-Mobile Sprint thing is not a done deal yet.
And that this says maybe sets a precedence, I think is the word. You know, for T-Mobile and Sprint, you know, are they going to be able to get this deal done? It's been real quiet. When did they announce this thing? Like in April?
No, May.
Was it in May?
Yeah, I think the middle of May.
Was it? Okay.
But what strikes me as funny about it, I mean, maybe they won't let the T-Mobile Sprint go through, but I mean, come on, we're talking AT&T, Time Warner. They're much bigger than T-Mobile and Sprint. Why would you let that go through? Because I mean, if this deal goes through, AT&T will have control of Time Warner, almost everything for Turner Network, CNN, Cartoon Network, Warner Brothers. I mean, we're talking a lot of stuff here. So I don't see them stopping T-Mobile Sprint when they're letting this go through.
Yeah, and there have been a lot of people talk about AT&T wants to get into
streaming,
TV, you know, streaming, you know, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Now they're making their phones, you know, to handle that.
Yeah, and of course the cable companies know they're going out of business in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and they're not. Wait a minute, they're not going to go out of business. They're going to figure a way to get around this.
Well, they won't be selling cable packages.
You know what? I wish they should just let you pick the channels you want and pay for those.
A la carte. That's going to be coming.
And who's got that Sling? We tried Sling, which is pretty a la carte. We didn't like Sling at all, but I love YouTube too. But I love YouTube TV. No. We tried Sling for 2 days and that was it.
What was wrong with it? It was a la carte. What didn't you like this?
We didn't like a lot of the chat. They didn't have a lot of really Mrs. Big Time on the Travel Channel and one other channel. But I was chatting with the guy from YouTube TV one day, and he said he was waiting for the same channels my wife is. So it made me feel hopeful. Well, here's an employee that wants it too. So, but the Sling just didn't have too many of the channels that the two of us would have wanted. Whereas YouTube has most of them. My wife's complaint about YouTube TV, there's about 25 sports channels, which I love, which she could care less.
Oh, so you're a sports guy. You're saying.
I follow. Okay, my number one sport is racing. Formula
NASCAR,
One.
right? You love NASCAR.
No, I was in NASCAR for 20-some years. I gave up on. I got tired of watching yellow flags where they just drive around behind a pace car. I stopped. But my number one sport is Formula One. I watch a lot of IndyCar, but I also watch a lot of NFL. I also watch a lot of college football now. I also watch a lot of NBA. So I'm kind of a sports guy.
Yeah, and so that's perfect for you because I see their packages are really their packages get and actually funny you mentioned that. I found it odd that the ads that I saw for YouTube TV were always on a sports channel talking about watching sports on YouTube TV. So
right. And they have the tennis channel. And when I lived in Jersey, I went to the US Open 13 years straight. Used to take my vacation just for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got DirecTV now. And they
that's what Phone Tech at Work said. They have 100 channel promo for $35.
There you go. Yeah.
For who has 100 channel promo?
DirecTV now.
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah. Yeah, I got the basic, super basic one, and just like George saying that there were channels that his wife misses.
Yeah.
This some reason the super cheap one has every channel that my wife wants.
That's awesome, boy.
I was like, oh yes, and now they're starting to accept like the Travel Channel, for example. If you go to the Travel Channel and you see the listings of the major cable companies, DirecTV now is starting to show up as like a cable provider.
Right.
So you could go back and watch.
Thanks.
That. So
Forbes Tech Reviews just dropped me some $5. Thanks, Joseph. Thanks so much. Oh, awesome. And Alan at Phone Tech at Work kind of supports my wife and I with Sling. He said Sling is a ripoff.
So yeah, we tried it for a little bit, but we weren't pleased with it.
Yeah, we weren't either. So
yeah,
but I love me some YouTube TV to death. So okay.
What's next?
That Aptoid.
Aptoid, yes.
The Aptoid app has filed an antitrust complaint against Google, and this is in Europe with the EU. That says a lot. So, who brought that up? Mike, you brought that up.
I did that. Yeah, I found it interesting. I'm going to start off with this. ZTE's fine was $1 billion.
Right.
They mentioned in this article that Google already had an antitrust troubles in Europe, and they were fined $2.7 billion last year.
Yes, I wrote an article for Bain Tech about that last year. I wrote about 10 articles with Google and the EU, and I can tell you, if Aptoid doesn't win this, I won't eat my hat, but I'll be really shocked.
Yeah, you got it too bad. It's too nice of a hat.
Yes, but if Aptoid doesn't win this, I'll be shocked, because the EU has it in for Google, and they go after them every chance they get. And what Aptoid is saying is Google is listing them as a potentially dangerous app, and the users shouldn't download it.
Well, I see it. It says here it's an alternative app marketplace.
Right.
So I find that interesting, and I gave you guys the video.
Yeah, I read the story.
Yeah, the video basically shows it is an app store, but instead of they definitely made a point of once you click on one app, then you're going to get inundated with about other apps that might have been not related to what you were wanting to see.
Exactly.
Isn't that Google's problem? Oh, you got another super chat, George. Isn't that Google's problem with it? That they're saying it's not safe because of like what you just said?
Yeah, and that kind of when you think about that, Will's right. If they're showing all these other apps that Google,
it's like you could be clicking on anything.
Now you're opening yourself up to some other apps that Google hasn't checked. That kind of makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's their problem with it, is that it's not as secure as the Play Store is. That's what I thought.
Exactly. But because I know from all the stories I've written about it that the EU always has an info.
Oh yeah, they hate Google. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be shocked if Aptoid doesn't win this. My guess is Google will have to end up making some kind of settlement, but
some kind of concessions.
Yeah, but Will is absolutely right. Google probably has a good point, because you're probably going to start getting apps that they recommend that really aren't safe.
Because the Aptoid is that in the Play Store? That's the problem, right?
I gather it is. Yeah,
I gather it is. But
if that's in the Play Store and Google is saying that their apps are secure, and you go download it, and then you end up with something, some kind of thing that's opening apps up on your phone, you're going to think it's Google's fault.
I gather you could download Aptoid, it would be safe, but now you start downloading the apps that they recommend, which Google has not tested. That's where I think the problem is.
So people are going to say, well, Google put this in the store.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's just like the article last week, Mike, that was saying there was a whole bunch of apps in the Play Store that weren't.
That's what I was going to just say, though. Google had an app for a battery saver, I think it was.
Yeah.
But yet, I mean, Google approved it. So, they're not exactly bulletproof either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, I guess
they said we're bulletproof, but we don't want to jump in front of a bullet. So.
Yeah. I'm right now looking to see if that's available, even though I know I'm in America, but let me just see.
I'm trying to search for it, but I'm spelling it wrong.
I would rather them play. I would rather them get rid of it.
No, it's not here. It's probably because of where we're at. our, we're not in Europe or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
here.
definitely not on our app store.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So this may be an app that's just in Europe, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see Google's point if they start downloading other apps that Aptoid is recommending, and all of a sudden they're not safe, So,
yeah, because you're gonna blame Google.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And you can bet the EU is going to blame Google.
Now, see, Mike, they're going to lose either way, because if some people are going to say they should get rid of it, and some people are going to say they're not. If they don't get rid of it, the people who get burnt are going to be mad, and if they do, people are going to say they're taking away their,
Well, that's why I think they're going to have to make some kind of settlement, and if they do, they're going to have to make some kind of deal with Aptoid to say, okay, but we need to check any app you recommend.
Yeah, they would need to go get filtered.
Exactly.
As a form of filtering. So without, Now, let me ask you guys real quick. Aren't there Chinese phones that I hear people talk about, well, they downloaded the Play Store. They got a phone, they didn't have the Play Store.
Yes.
So I guess
and you see all kinds of videos on YouTube that says, well, if you're going to, for the Oppo Find X, if you import the Oppo Find X, which is definitely not for the United States, at least not right now, but one of the guys said in the video. But of course, you can download the App Store.
So that Find X has no App Store?
No, because it's strictly a Chinese phone right now.
Wow.
They don't want the App Store.
What was that, Will?
I said they don't want the App Store. I don't think. I was just looking at the thing saying that was it in Korea somewhere? They don't even want the flag on the iPhone or something. It was glitching the phone out, and Apple had to patch it.
Really?
Like if you sent them the flag, I forget what country it was. If you sent them the flag, it would they removed it. So if you had, I think it was the Chinese one. If you had the Chinese version of the phone or something, it would remove the flag emoji from the screen and make your phone glitch. So Apple had to patch it.
That's interesting.
I see this article that mentions, though, it says Google already had an antitrust suit in Europe where it was fined that money.
Right.
The company will soon face additional fines in the billions of dollars for pushing users to its own services like Chrome and Google Search over competing ones like Firefox or Yahoo, prioritizing the Play Store over alternatives like Aptoid.
Right.
Could be seen as a similar move.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is people will get Chrome. Well, every phone you fire up, it has Chrome.
Yeah, but they're saying Google is prioritizing it, and it's not fair to the others. And I've written at least 10 articles about this. So that's why I said I'll be surprised if Aptoid doesn't get something or win.
But it's just like with the search, George. Have you ever seen?
Yes.
If you go to search, like the first 10 things are all Google.
Exactly. And I think the EU is still investigating Google about that. Now, now, of course, I'm an American and I'm all entrepreneur nuts. And to me, if I own a company that I'm going to put my stuff up first. And I think I have every right to do that. But obviously, the world doesn't agree with me.
Even there was a lot of companies complaining. Yahoo, there was a whole story on that on like 60 Minutes a couple months ago.
Yeah, well, Yahoo was one of the ones that started this whole thing in Europe.
Yeah,
they were complaining about Google.
Yeah, they complain Google takes over the search page, and that nobody even knows that if you go two or three pages deeper, you'll find other results. Like you don't realize that you're just clicking on Google sponsored.
Right.
George, I just realized a silly question I was asking about your sports, and here you got your lamp back there saying the Raiders.
Well, that's true.
I've
only been a Raider fan for about 40 years.
Yeah. Well, what was that coach? Oh God, what was that? He was a big fella. I see him right now. I can picture him right now.
You mean John?
John Madden.
John Madden, yeah.
The good old John Madden days, and Kenny the Snake Stabler.
Yeah, that's when I started watching when Kenny was still put. But let's face it, Madden has probably made more money if the Madden video games than anything else.
Without doubt. So, hey, Will, I meant to ask you what happened. I'm just curious. What's the end result with your iPhone? What happened?
I told you that there's like a hardware issue with the button.
Oh, what button?
Something is wrong with it. It couldn't, or they don't. Come on, y'all. I'm doing something. They don't call it the They don't call it the power button. They call it the side button now. On the 10, I wasn't able to go into download mode to go out of the beta.
Couldn't go into. Oh yeah, you were talking about that. All right.
Yeah.
So
did you send it back or?
I got to take it back in there.
Okay.
You have an appointment?
I haven't made it yet.
Okay.
I'm back on the Pixel now because it works so good with the Pixel book.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Works so good with the Pixel book. I can fast charge right from the,
Mark Gallagher says, screw the rest of the world, George. LOL.
They don't matter, right?
Gary Brown, I'm a Raiders fan too. Good man, Gary.
Now, Mike, what happened with you in the iPhone?
Well, it was time to change up a little bit. It was time to change
a month and a half.
Hey, I made it that far.
Now, did you get rid of it?
No, I'm on Jump. I own it. I got to make payment.
That's right, because you're looking to upgrade to the iPhone 8 Plus,
new
aren't
iPhone,
you?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever the new one that comes out, and that's my plan. But I've been watching this phone and and then I saw it on sale. I saw it used at that price. I'm like, oh, I can't turn this down. I actually a week ago, I almost hit the go button, and I think it was a little bit cheaper for
really?
And I'm like, and I dragged my, and that's what gets me all the time. And I just sat down. I said, you know what? I'm ordering today.
Good. We got a Quill. Will, to me, this question is for you. Gary Brown, a friend asked me what's the difference between an iPhone 6S and an iPhone 7. So tell us, Will.
The 7 is faster. The 7 has the what is it? The A something chip that pairs real quick with the AirPods. It's water resistant.
Yeah, it's stereo.
Stereo speakers. Yeah, different colors.
Right,
and
so
if you get the Plus, if you go to the Plus model of the 7, you get the portrait mode and the optical zoom.
So compared to the 6S, it's an overall upgrade period.
Yeah, the 7 and the 7 Plus are better than the 6. Oh, in the 7 you don't have the mechanical button. You have the it's like a capacitive button.
Okay.
That vibrates like you had a button, like you're hitting a button. They actually have it vibrating, don't they?
Okay.
Yeah.
They give you that sensation that you're hitting on something.
Okay, yeah, and Alan said too, the home button changed. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm glad we have a resident expert.
Yeah.
Nah, I just mess with iPhones, Mike was driving me crazy with the whole blue bubble. My blue bubble's not off. Jesus, Mike, did you ever figure that out?
Yeah. What happened? We still blue bubbling? You and I?
I don't know, because I'm on the Pixel, so I'm not a blue bubble no more.
Oh, okay. But before though, that was driving me nuts.
You never turned back green from me.
Really?
Yep, 7. You lost the headphone jack. I forgot about that.
That's right.
Yeah, you never turned back green when I was on the iPhone.
I guess a blue bubble for life.
Let me see. I'm gonna text you now. Tell me if you get it. Well, you should get it now because.
Well, I'm on the B30s anyway.
Well, yeah. Sometimes the iPhone, when you have iMessage, your messages get lost.
So right now,
if the other person still has an iPhone, you'll never get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like right now, you have no SIM card in the iPhone?
No.
Okay.
No,
George,
it's off. It's sitting off to the side over here.
Okay.
George,
yeah.
I guarantee you, when the iPhone comes out, Mike will come walking in, and Mike will have a Note 9 or something else.
I'm pretty sure Mike is going to jump all over the new iPhone.
He's not.
I'm betting Mike is all over the new iPhone.
How much do you want to bet, George?
That Note 9 doesn't do anything for me.
I'll bet you a super chat.
I never bet money ever. If we lived in the same neighborhood, I'd say let's bet mowing each other's grass, but we don't. So
I don't do yard work. I'm allergic to that stuff.
Well, that's so funny, George. I'll take a picture of my property. You'll you'll die laughing because I see the size of yours.
Oh,
I don't know if did you ever see the size of my
yeah,
urine?
I've seen yours in a couple of your videos.
Okay, you go like 2 passes and you're done, right?
Yeah, yeah. My backyard takes a good hour and a half to do. And it's steep.
And 5 hours and 5 pounds of sweat that you do too.
Yeah, yeah. And that's when I cut the backyard. The only other exercise I have to do for the day is my stomach and floor exercises because I don't have to do the rest of my gym. I've already done. Tomorrow I'll be doing it on a bicycle and get my 20 miles and I'm done. So.
I don't think Mike is gonna go back to the iPhone, George, because there's new Android stuff coming out. Yeah. And now he's got to jump, so he can jump around.
All right, but gentlemen's bet. I'm convinced Mike is going to be all over the new.
I'm glad he tried it, but I don't think he's going to go back because the software is the same, and he's bored.
Are you bored?
If he wasn't bored, George, listen. If he wasn't bored, he wouldn't have spent the. Listen, George. No matter what he says, I know he knows I'm right. If he wasn't bored, he wouldn't have spent the money on that LG V30s.
Mike Will thinks he's in your head.
I can get an LG V30s with a wide-angle camera, water resistance, all these other features, and it's Android. I'd rather do that. Now, when the next phone comes out and he has jump, and he's going to be able to jump to a flagship, Mike's going to be like, well, I got a wide-angle camera. Now I can get an S10.
I'm going. Will you allow me to ask him straight up now? Mike, did you get bored?
He thought he was going to burn me today.
See? No. He said no, Will.
No.
He did not get bored. I don't think he had time to get bored. It took me, when I had the 6 Plus, it took me about 3 months to get bored. And even bored, I was able to stand it another 3 months. So I don't think he's had time to get bored with it.
No. I mean, I saw, like I said, I want this phone in this color. I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what it's about. I just the V30. I just wanted to try it out.
I think the V30 is an awesome phone, and for me, because it has that split screen front and back, I probably will keep it just for that. But
and look at Tony's video today. Holy cow! That was once he got himself set up there, he was really clear.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe the clarity on that.
Yeah.
So
I don't believe him, George. I don't believe him.
But you don't believe he's not bored?
I don't believe him.
Okay.
Well,
you've known him longer than I have.
And were you bored? Were you bored?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't bored. I was disappointed when the thing broke. I was kind of
but you did tell us it always gets boring.
No, it does. No, listen, it does always get boring. But I wasn't bored when the thing broke. I was more mad, and then I was just like, oh, forget it. Then I got to deal with the Pixelbook, and then I was like, oh, let me. But I think he's bored, George. You know why? Because if he wasn't bored, he could have said, I think he got that phone in June. He's got like a couple more weeks. He could have just jumped to something else.
That's true.
I could have jumped. Yeah, I could have jumped now.
But come on, Will, you of all people know what it's like. If you're seeing a phone that you're kind of fascinated with, you know that keeps eating at you, and obviously that's what happened.
Look, this is the guy who got the OnePlus and tried it for 13 days and returned it on. Okay.
I don't have the
right, George.
That's true, and this is what Will always does. You start seeing that look in his eye, and he talks about it. Next week he always has it, and that's what Mike did here.
I don't have jump on demand.
Well, that's true. Okay.
Well, you need to go get yourself some jump on demand. That's all to it.
You need to jump right on that, Will.
If I had jump on demand, I wouldn't buy nothing out of pocket. I would just jump to it, you know.
Here we go. Here. I'm going to Will's next phone. The HTC U12 Plus.
Oh God.
It's going to because they got. I'm just reading here. They finally got an update for their button problem. They got a software update
that everybody hates.
HTC's website.
They're saying the camera is good, but everybody hates this button stuff they did.
the U11 is still $650.
Yeah, and it's still a great phone. That was my phone of the year for 17. Mark is saying supposedly the S10 is going to be a game changer. Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier, Mark, and everybody's expecting it. And that's why a lot of people think that the Note 9 is going to be kind of boring.
You think they're going to really release 3 phones? I heard there was chatter.
That's when I watch Pocket Now daily almost every day, and it's been my experience that when Jaime Rivera starts talking about something and he talks about it again and then he talks about it again, it's pretty much you can start taking that to the bank.
Who's releasing 3 phones? Samsung or Apple?
Samsung.
Well, and Apple's supposed to do it too.
Samsung is doing what? Oh, wait. You talking about the bendable phone?
No. We're talking about the S10, 3 S10 version.
Yeah, some kind of
One with 3 phones on one side and 2 on the other. One with 2 and 2 and another version.
Oh, that's overkill.
But that's what everybody keeps saying. You're starting to hear that more and more.
They were already talking about did y'all hear the latest Android Central? They were talking about the bendable phone. And Jerry said it's not going to be what people think it is. He said, I think it was Jerry. He said, because the components don't bend.
Well, Jerry's the one who would know about that.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Well, let's hope it doesn't end up being like the LG Round.
He said what he thinks is going to be is maybe the screen will be bent or the screen will bend. He said, but it's going to have a hinge. He was like, and we've already seen those phones and they don't sell.
More like ZTEs. Yeah, ZTE had the hinge.
The components that are in the phone don't bend. They don't have chips and stuff that can bend. So it's not like the whole phone is going to bend.
Yeah, and Jerry always knows what he's talking about with the very technical stuff.
Yeah, they should just, I don't know.
Yeah, and I haven't heard it. I always listen to it on Saturday at some point.
Samsung's going to do good with the screen, of course. But I don't even.
The camera.
I'm not even that excited for the S10 actually, because it's going to have Bixby. There's already rumors their next watch is going to have Bixby. Oh, you can. Yeah. Come on. What do you think? I know you're a watch person, George. What do you think about the Pixel Watch?
I think that's probably going to be a great thing. But keep in mind, I'm the guy who's not spending iPhone money, Samsung money generally, and Pixel money.
I know that Pixel Watch. They're already saying it's going to be expensive, but
exactly. And if it only works with the Pixel, well, then I won't see it for quite a while.
They're not going to do that.
That's ludicrous. Yeah.
They're not going to do Apple. They're going to let it work with everything, but I'm sure it's going to have.
If it comes out as an Android Wear,
it's going to come out as a Pixel Watch, but it's going to work with everything. But it's probably going to have extra features if you have a Pixel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if it does, then I could see myself getting the watch, but I wasn't going to get the watch.
I think they know that Wear OS or whatever they're calling it.
It's Wear OS now, yeah.
Right. I can't keep up with it, but they know that this is on life support.
Right.
Because right now, Apple Watch is just crushing it, and I actually see more and more the Samsung Watch, the S3 and soon to be 4. Yeah. It's falling behind too. Everywhere you turn.
And that's another place that I guess killed ZTE, because when it came to the Wear OS watches, ZTE was killing it because it was cheaper than everybody else's, and people absolutely loved it, including me, who still has mine right here. Okay.
And so you still working okay for you?
Yeah, it worked fine. I used it 2 days ago.
Okay. Mike, I was reading an article, and the people were saying, they said that they think this is what he was thinking. You already know Apple Watch. To me, Apple Watch is the standard. I don't know if they're gonna be able to catch that. But he said he thinks Google waited until the technology was right to put out a watch, because they know that they have to revive Wear OS. So he thinks when they come out with their watch, it's supposed to be the top of the line or whatever.
Now, Six Luis is making a good point. He says, just like AirPods works with Android, but you lose features that you gain if you have an iPhone. So he's thinking that the Pixel is going to have features with it that the other Wear OS watches won't.
I think Google Android Wear, period, whatever Wear OS, whatever they call
Wear
it,
OS
is going to have problems because I guess unless you do it, unless they do it like Apple. Here we go, George. Me and you always go back to our thing. Unless they do it like Apple, where a Pixel does this, this, and this, and just like just like Six Louise said,
right?
You have a Pixel phone and the Pixel Buds and the new watch and the Pixel Book. You're gonna have these extra features,
right? Because
Wear OS doesn't have support. I tell him all the time, George. The Apple Watch is like if you download Capital One right away, your Capital One app goes on your watch. And you can hit the watch and pull up your, pay your bill from your watch, or it'll ask you.
That's what they need to get to. You're right there.
Do you want to add your Capital One credit card to your wallet to be able to pay all right away? Android Wear doesn't have that, but I did see they did add, or they're trying to add, concert tickets to Google Pay, and now they have like the peer-to-peer sending money directly on the wallet, Google Pay wallet, whatever it's called now.
I can't think where I was the other day. My wife and I were getting ready to pay for something, and it said you can use.
If you have your location on, it pops up. Yeah. But they have to get the support for the apps and make it work as one. So I don't know if it's just going to be on the Pixel, because even on look at all right, it's a stupid thing, but look at Android Auto. I don't know if y'all use it. I don't know if you use it, George.
I've never used it.
You use Android Auto, right? I use Android Auto in my car, but I also use Apple CarPlay.
Right.
On Apple, there's no app on your phone that you have to download. You plug your phone in and it works. Right. On Android, you have to go download the Android Auto app. Like small things like that are kind of you know what I mean?
But again, this goes back to I believe this goes back to Apple is one company. Android, hundreds of companies.
But
because it's got to make it compatible.
That's the problem. That's the problem with that's going to be the problem with Android Wear, is that it's not going to have the support. Like the apps are like, when you go to look for apps, it looks like anybody's making the apps.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's true.
Will, you're saying it don't have support, but if they treat it like the Pixel was, the Pixel phone, and you're buying a Pixel product, should have a Pixel support like the phone does, no? Like regular updates alone.
No. I mean, like, okay, well, let's not even talk about the updates with Wear OS, but I'm talking about, all right, we can assume that when Google puts out its first smartwatch, it's probably not going to be a chip that Google made. So it's going to have the same limitations like the other ones do. It might not be able to support past a year of updates. You know what I mean? Because the chip is going to be. But I'm saying the app support, like they don't have support from like no major.
From Bank of America and Wells Fargo and
Because Mike, look, I don't know what you use your watch for, but when I used my Android Wear watch, right, mainly all I used it for was to read my notifications.
Right.
If you have an Apple Watch, you can use that to reply to text messages, to send text messages, to set your calendar, to do your workout, to do your credit card, to pay at the store, because everything is all integrated into the thing.
And the only other watch Android-wise that you can do any of that stuff would be Samsung, and all the other companies aren't going to put all that research into a watch.
Samsung has the support, but the problem is, just like I was saying, if you don't have a Samsung phone with your Gear S3, lose features.
Exactly.
Google's going to have to treat their watch like that. They're going to have to say, I can see that. We're going to have to throw the kitchen sink into our watch if you have a Pixel. And most likely they're going to say, you got to have a Pixel 3.
Mike,
if they don't do that,
I see a scenario here. Mr. I love my Pixel. Now he's got his Pixel book. At some point he's going to say to himself, this doesn't seem right that I don't have the watch. He's got to get it.
I'm with you on that. George, I was going to say, listen, if you feel I can lend you this, I'm not using it. I just got you this way. You if you're really having any withdrawal, I'll lend you this if you need it. Okay, just let me know.
There you go, Will. How do you pass up an offer like that?
Oh God. Nah, but you know, that's just, I think it's gonna flop but I'll probably get one if the price ain't too bad.
Nah, see, I'm right.
It's gonna have it's gonna be LTE. It's gonna be an ATG.
If they blow me away, if it has like some features that it's like I need it.
I'm thinking you'll need one feature. If they give you that you can use the Google Pay through the watch, I think you'll love that.
If they give me Google Pay and if they give me a real way to respond to messages, I don't want to just be reading my messages.
Well, we've already agreed that we don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
No, what, the response?
Yeah.
Like on the Apple Watch, when you respond to a message, you can either speak or you can draw your letters, and it actually works okay. On Android Wear, to me, it didn't work as good on the versions because I had the
I got you.
360 and the Huawei watch. I did like the Huawei watch, but they have to, they gotta step it up. But I'll probably get it because I'm most likely gonna get the Pixel 3 with the stupid notch.
Okay.
He always throws that notch in there. He always does.
At least he admits it that he's going to get it
because of the camera. I can't beat the camera.
And George, now he's got the Pixel book. He's got to get the Pixel 3. Yeah. Because
this is looks so nice when you put everything together.
Six Luis is saying the problem is that people don't buy the Pixel, which generally is true. Google can bring out the best watch that syncs perfect with the Pixel, but Pixel phones do not move units. And he's right about that. Yeah. We're the ones that buy Pixels.
The Pixels don't move because they're stuck in Verizon, even though Verizon's the biggest carrier. When you walk into the store, the first thing Verizon wants to sell you is a Galaxy or an iPhone.
That's true.
They're not pushing you to the Pixel.
Yeah.
And just like I was telling them the other day, even if they pushed you to the Pixel, when you look at the Pixel, even if let's say the Pixel 2, because the screen on that one is good, it's great. Let's say you look at the Pixel 2, the Samsung made screen. If you look at that one and they show you a Pixel and you're just a regular person, a Pixel 2 next to a Samsung S9, you're going to say, see, wow, the S9 is the same price, but I get a glass back, wireless charge, and the screen looks all fancy, and you're not going to care when they tell you. But on the Pixel, you get updates from Google, or you get a great camera. They're going to be
average person could care less.
Yeah, they're going to be like, well, at Samsung, I get updates, and I get a great camera, and I can, waterproof, wireless charge, Samsung Pay. I see commercials for Samsung. Google doesn't, they don't.
And Google doesn't push that stuff when they do make the occasional commercial.
I think Gary just said, do they want it to sell? I think they want it to sell, but I don't know. I give up as long as they keep making it because I do like the cameras they put out.
And Gary, I was making this point weeks ago that Google being Google, I often don't have the feeling that they're all that worried about how many Pixels sell. They want you to use Android and they want you to use their stuff.
We go back to this topic again. We know they want you to use Android. But they want you to use the phone. They want you to buy the phone.
To a degree, but I think what's much more important to them is selling Google Home.
George. So why even put out the phone? Because Android is in. If the top selling phone is Samsung, right? Samsung is the top selling.
All right, Gary, you started an argument again.
Wait, listen, George, listen. Samsung is the top selling phone, right?
Yes.
What runs on that phone?
Around the world?
Android is on the phone. So Google's getting your data.
We're asking about Tizen or whatever.
They're getting your data on the Samsung. They're getting it on LG. They're getting it on Huawei. They're getting it on. They're even getting it on Apple. So why even waste the money? Even though it's only a drop in the bucket, whatever you want to call it for them. Why even put out the phone? Just make the camera.
Sure. Listen. I've always had the feeling that selling that phone is not their priority.
Just make the camera software and license it or sell it so that Samsung.
Gary Brown agrees with me, by the way.
So that Samsung can have the post processing that the Pixel has. You know what I mean? Don't even put out the phone.
I think part of the reason for putting out the phone may have been to have that distinctive Google only phone. And what is it known for? It's known for taking better pictures than anything else on Earth. And I think that's probably what's important to them.
Yeah,
as opposed to sales. You know.
I'm gonna ask him on Twitter. I'm gonna find that guy. What's his name? Osterloh. I'm gonna ask him. Why did you put out the phone if you only gonna go on Verizon and you got 3 other carriers and you could be selling tons more phones and you don't make no commercial? The first week that the phone comes out, there's commercials
everywhere. And of course, you can get it unlocked. It doesn't have to go on Verizon. I never had Verizon, you know, but they don't even push that fact.
See, look, he said the Pixel's more of a developer phone, and I would say that if the Pixel, if it was a Nexus 6P, if it was cheaper, to me the price of the phone is so ridiculous. But
the Pixel is kind of a developer's phone with the best camera you can buy. Which is, I think, a lot of what makes it as expensive as it is.
He might be right though, because the Pixel C, when their first, I guess it was basically a Pixel book they were trying. When they first came out with the Pixel C, I think that was $1,600.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
That was a developer thing.
Yeah, it was ridiculous price.
I guess, but they went the opposite way. Well, no, they didn't, because the Pixel book, they got, I think some of them are $2,000 if you get the i8.
Yeah, but they did come down with the.
They just but even if you say as a developer, you can say this is a developer Chromebook or whatever. You just have options. It's the same kind of thing, like he's saying. If it's a developer,
but the Pixel was the natural evolution from the Nexus as you went forward. Because you were going to make the best camera on earth, which they did.
Yeah, but George, look, they went from a 6P, right? A 6P, I think, was 500, 550, and 600, something like that. I think it was 32, 64, something like that. So if you look at the regular standard Pixel 2, it's $600. It's like $650.
Okay.
So the price really didn't skyrocket too bad. It's just if you want the bigger phone. So I guess he's right.
I'm talking about generally the bigger phone.
Yeah, but even if you get the cheaper one, you're still getting dual speakers. You're still getting the same camera.
This is why I have a Galaxy S9 and not the S9 Plus.
He's kind of right. It is like a developer. You know, they still kind of kept it's kind of the same, I guess. I guess it's just when you look at the big one and you spec it out with the highest storage and the bigger screen, then your price goes up. But otherwise, it's $650.
Gary is still agreeing with me. If Google wanted the Pixel to sell, it would have been on all carriers, i.e. the iPhone. Then if Google wanted it on all 4 carriers, it would have been.
The iPhone didn't come out on all 4 carriers either. The iPhone came out with AT&T for 4 years. 4 years, the iPhone was
how long ago?
AT&T when the iPhone came out.
Yeah, but how long ago? How long?
2007.
So for Google to get its foot in the door, they just took iPhone's approach. They took Apple's approach.
2016 or 15.
It don't matter.
On all 4 carriers, it would have been all 4 carriers.
They took Apple's approach. They said we're going to put the phone in Verizon because I'm sure Verizon paid them a good amount of money.
But it wasn't so much Apple's approach. They said if we're going to go with one carrier, let's go with the biggest one, and that's what they did.
George, did you see what he's carrying? He's got an apple in his hand.
Does he really?
That's that's to get their foot in the door.
You can't let go, George.
The Pixel's not going to go on all 4 carriers probably for another year. I'm sure they had some kind of exclusive.
If it ever does. And does Google care that much? Who knows?
I think they do. George.
I don't think so.
I think they do. I think
the Pixel is a small part of Google's overall strategy.
It is a small part, and they like you said, they really don't care because they're getting your information everywhere else.
Right.
So what I'm saying is,
but as far as hardware, I think they have other hardware they'd rather sell than the Pixel is what I'm saying. I think they'd rather sell you 3 Google Homes as opposed to 1 Pixel.
George, when they want you to have everything Google. They want you to have a Google computer, a Google phone, a Google Pixel, what's it called? Home Mini?
The home and the minis.
Thing, whatever. They want you to have the Nest. What's it called? The Nest.
Yeah, and you got Chromecast.
They want you to have all Google in your house.
I'm going out and get their doorbell tomorrow, as a matter of fact, because my ring keeps...
Which one?
The Google.
Which
the
one?
Nest, the Nest
What's it called? What's it called? The Hello or something?
I forget what it's called.
One of them, I think that's the one, the Nest Hello or something.
But my Ring video doorbell is acting up, and it keeps telling the battery keeps dying after I charge it for 3 weeks. Which
it's
is
like $200, right?
Really?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, but I'll go get that tomorrow.
George, you're gonna make me go buy that doorbell.
Hey, listen, I've had my Ring for about 2 years, and I love being able to answer my doorbell from wherever I am.
Oh, George about to make me go spend money, Mike.
Since my Ring is acting up now, I gotta go replace it.
See, I'm about to have Google everything. Y'all gonna make me go finish buying Google
products.
products.
Who's the one person here who always admits he's a Google fanboy? Me.
I need
the
Google
I'll probably die a Google fanboy. Yeah.
They're saying that below summer break, get save $30 on a Nest Hello and get a free Google Home Mini right now at the website.
Who's saying that?
On Nest's website.
Oh, okay.
Mike, go to Home Depot. See what Home Depot has, because they had a promotion too. They had a Home Mini and a doorbell too. Do they still have it?
Home Depot?
Yeah.
I want to see what Best Buy has it for.
Oh, you're gonna make me go buy a doorbell.
Is it called Google?
Like, what are you doing?
Is it called Google Home Doorbell?
No, I think it's called Nest Hello. What's it called?
Here, I'll send it to you guys. Hold on.
No, I'm going in there now.
Yeah, it is pretty nice having all the Google products. It is. Everything works together.
Go back here. Put that in the chat.
You got the thermostat, George?
Yeah, Best Buy has that too, I believe. Yeah, Best Buy has on sale. It was $229, now it's $199, and included free the Google Home Mini.
My God, I don't need another Mini. Where am I going to put it?
Wait. What was that deal again, George?
It's down from $229 to $199.99. So save $30 and included free the Google Home Mini.
Okay, they're giving you the same deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, where's that, Best Buy?
Yeah. Now I'm seeing that on the website. I'm hoping I can just walk in the store tomorrow and do that.
George, do you have the thermostat?
No, I never did get the thermostat. I have the Nest Cam inside. That was the first camera.
I'm about to buy the thermostat. I'm about to have all Google everything. I'm gonna be at work. Turn off my thermostat. Show me who's at the door.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got the Nest camera, outdoor camera, and I like it, but my wife loves it to pieces.
Yeah, we both love our Nest Cam, but of course I do have the cheaper iSmart Alarm Spot Cam in 2 of our rooms, and it's like less than $100 now.
George, does that connect?
Great for 3 years.
Does that connect to the Home app?
With the Nest Cam?
Google Home app.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, anything Nest that you buy will connect to the Google Home app.
Oh man, I'm about to go buy. Okay, I got a question for you, George and Mike. I know, Mike, you probably never used it. I kept telling you about it. Did you ever make a phone call from your Google Home?
Yes.
I haven't.
Well, I'm sorry. I haven't. My wife has.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, my wife has made phone calls on both Google and Alexa.
That's pretty nice. I like that, how it can do that. Yeah. You got to try it, Mike.
But the other person has to have it too, don't they?
No.
No. That's right. No, what happens now is, that was initially. What happens now is you can call anybody, but it shows up as unknown.
Your number. You pick the phone number. You can pick the phone number you want to show up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can type it in there.
Because every time my wife has called me on it, it shows up as unknown, but they probably updated it again.
Yeah, you can type in the phone number that you wanted to say it's coming from.
Okay.
So
wait, Gary Brown is saying
175.09.
Yes, but he's saying Best Buy has an SLO SmartFi video for 175.09. Yeah. That wasn't on the website, so I guess I need to walk into the store.
Yo, what's his name? Will, you need to go back to Best Buy.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, I'll be going there tomorrow.
Killing me. For 175, I'll be going to get a doorbell. Yeah. I don't see it for 175 though. I see 199.
Right, that's what I'm saying. From what he's saying, I'm thinking maybe you walk in the store and get that deal, the 175.
All right, we're going to Best Buy tomorrow.
Gary, are you talking about the store itself? You know, walking into the store as opposed to the website? I hope that's true.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't need another Mini though. I gotta find somewhere to put it. I
don't need it. I have 2 Google Homes already, plus a
Google Home,
cheaper one that works just fine.
2 Minis. I don't know where I'm gonna put it.
And I've got 3 Alexas.
Sell it on Swappa. Sell it on Swappa.
Shop Savvy app. Shop Savvy app.
Oh, Gary Brown says the Shop Savvy app.
Huh.
Never saw that one.
Looks like I'm going to buy a doorbell.
Me too. Because that's the thing. See, since we've had the Ring video doorbell for like about 2 years, because it stopped working today, and it, I had to recharge it like 3 weeks ago. My wife hates not having it there.
Yeah.
So you get spoiled by this stuff.
Yeah, they spoil you.
Yep.
That's what Google wants, George. They want to spoil you.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Hello right now. Does it have to be? Is it hardwired or is it battery operated?
It's hardwired. You wire it right where your doorbell is.
Yeah.
It's hardwired to your doorbell.
All I did with my Ring was wire it to my doorbell. I guess I'll do the same thing here.
I don't have a doorbell.
And then you wire it upstairs, or wherever your chime thing is.
Well, I know with Ring you can do it without hard wiring, but I'm not sure with Nest. I'll find out.
Well, I'm looking at it right now.
It's pretty nice though, because it shows you, and then you can set it up to recognize the people who come to your door, and it'll say their name on all your home. It'll be like,
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Door. Yeah, I was watching the reviews on it. They'll tell you like George came, George is at the door. George, you program in the name.
Well, in my case, it should say Mobile Geezer was at the door.
There you go.
Okay, you could reply to the person on the phone. Oh
yeah,
wow,
they all do that. I mean, Ring does that too.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah, last year we were coming back from Florida, and our grass guy that takes care of our front grass rang the bell, and we were in somewhere below Atlanta, and my wife told him everything she wanted him to do while we were riding in the car.
Technology's crazy.
Exactly, I love it.
I gotta get used to trying to use the Google say the hot word and try and use that more and more.
Oh yeah,
I'm not good at that.
Yes,
I use it all the time. That thing I got it set up for my alarm for the week, and they keep adding features to the home app. Mike, you can go in there and tinker with your alarm volume and set your days and the music you want to play, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we use it, of course, mostly for
$30.
casting to the TV for different Comcasts, for the different Chromecasts.
Yeah, that was the best $30 I spent. $35.
So let's one last little thing to cover here. I would only imagine. I'll start off with Will.
Wait 1 sec.
Okay.
Anthony says, dinner was great in capital letters. Good for you, Anthony.
Nice. That's great. He made it back. That's cool.
So what was your last thing, Mike?
What's that?
What was your last thing?
He's not in food coma.
No, he doesn't have food coma. That's right, man. That just looking at what you in that picture, Will, that made me feel full after seeing that. I'm going to ask Will, and I'll ask then George. They can answer next. Amazon Prime Day. What do you guys got in mind?
I haven't even looked.
I have nothing in mind. I'm going to take a look. Last Prime Day, I bought absolutely nothing. So I'm going to take a look. If there's something I want, I'll go after it. But generally, I have nothing specific in mind.
Mike, is the Nest doorbell for sale? I don't think so, because that's Google. So
yeah, if it's Amazon and Google, they're not going to go together. That's an ongoing war.
You don't think you're going to have? I know they don't. Yeah, but I didn't know they would. As a Nest thing, I didn't know.
Yeah, they're not going to have it. I don't think. What do they got?
Amazon will not sell any more Google products out of their store. So Google won't sell any of the Amazon products out of their store.
Mike, what do they have good there?
Yeah, they're pushing. Oh, wait. What's this Nest Hello?
Did they have it?
No, they're selling. Let's see. They got a security camera.
Doorbell.
Yeah, a lot of
security camera. Yeah, they have lots of security cameras.
Yeah, they do. There's somebody here with a knockoff. What is this? OmniCat doorbells. Oh, okay, compatible with Nest Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have it, George. Nope.
Huh. No, it's all Ring stuff.
Yeah, Google and
Ring
Amazon
isn't as good,
have
I've
an
heard, so I'm
ongoing war that I do not think is going to end.
Yeah, you know what? Now you talk about, like, they got a Ring Wi-Fi enabled video doorbell with satin nickel, works with Alexa.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff that integrates with Alexa, they're going to also allow.
Right. Now you will find a lot of companies will integrate with both, because my Wink Hub, which is what I use to control my lights, I can turn my lights on with either Google Home or with Alexa. You know.
So I don't know. You know, I've been getting notifications for stuff, and there's nothing really stands out. I think I'm going to just wait to the day of.
That's what I'm doing.
And really then take a moment to dive in, because it's overwhelming, so much stuff too.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. And I read that last year they had some 3-hour sales, and then another 3-hour, and that this year they might have 6-hour sales. So that would be good, because I'll miss stuff in the beginning, but if they start a 6-hour sale, 6 hours in, maybe I'll catch that one.
And this is going to be Monday, right? The 16th, right?
It starts on the 16th and it goes all the way through the 17th.
Oh, it goes all the way through to the 17th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll be on the road. Well, when it starts, I'll be at work. But as soon as I get home from work, I got to drive to Atlanta to take the kids back to the airport. So we won't get back here until about probably midnight. Midnight.
You got a long day, don't you?
Yeah, but that's okay.
It's nothing to you, right?
Yeah, if I'm driving, me, if I'm driving, I'm happy.
Yeah. So, Will, there's nothing that grabs your attention, huh?
I never buy nothing on Prime, whatever it's called, because usually I think they always have TVs. I don't need no TVs.
Yeah.
And I don't like impulse buying like that. So I try to, like this doorbell.
The guy who talks about 1 plus 1 day and buys it the next doesn't like impulse buying.
I gotta really be looking at it. Okay. But like the doorbell, like I've been looking at that for a while. This Pixel book, I've been watching it for a while, and it was too expensive. I wasn't paying $1,000.
Right.
I really wanted the one they had it was a better deal, but you had to get it in the store. So, but maybe I can get an open box doorbell.
Oh yeah. Check that in their open box section. They do offer that.
Yeah, you should probably buy me one too, Will.
Yeah, right. That'll be pretty hot. That's nice, that doorbell. That's what I got to get to. I got to get some Chromecast, but they're not going to have them. I want to get more Chromecast.
Yeah, we have one on every TV, but I do have 2 original Chromecast on this TV and one of the ones upstairs. And if you're casting like from YouTube TV, it takes a lot longer to load on the first generation. And there's a note up there that'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
When you have Chromecast 2, it's pretty quick.
Yes. I experienced that with mine in the bedroom. It's getting almost, now you think about it, it's getting a little bit slower and slower.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But at least they'll tell you that as soon as you go to cast. Yeah.
Right. So
all right, guys. I think I'm ready to wrap up.
Yeah. I got to get ready for going to the beach tomorrow.
All right. Well, enjoy it. Make sure you use the cameras, and but hopefully you'll be putting up some kind of video next week.
I'm going to work on that. I'm working on next Wednesday's show.
Cool.
Me and my brother were kicking ideas around before getting on tonight.
Good.
So,
Mike, what did you do? Switch back to the Pixel?
Yeah. He was so funny. He just kind of like looked at me and goes, "I think I want to try out the Pixel." He's got it on the P right now, on the Android P.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beta, yeah.
But I love the moment he just did that, and I'm like going, "Yeah, you like this 2-phone thing, don't you?"
He's becoming one of us. That's what I think. He already has.
Very, very slow. Very slow, but he's getting there. Yes, most definitely.
And Will,
what do you think of the name Pistachio?
Is that what it's going to be?
They said Huawei leaked it by accident. It's called
yeah, but you know how they are. I doubt it. I mean, it could be, but you know, Google, that's one thing. Google does not let the cat out of the bag until the day it's supposed to come out. You know that.
Well, that 1 year, the 1 year seemed like the name mattered. The 1 year where they did the Kit Kat thing, where they had the whole advertisement with Kit Kat.
And nobody expected that thing with Kit Kat, that deal.
Yeah. But since then, they haven't really done nothing with the name.
No,
so
but they don't let that out until the day it's supposed to be out.
Yeah.
Now, Will, we need to see some more videos from you, brother.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're looking forward to that.
Hey, Will, when you get your doorbell, seriously.
No. He needs to. Yes, he needs to make a video about that, but he needs to make a video with the pistol book right now.
Oh man.
So when you get home from work tomorrow, you should start working on that video.
When I get home from work, I'm gonna be going to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll give you a break. We'll give you until Monday to have a video.
I might just put up some something. I might just go live one day. I was trying to go live, George. I was told Mike about it. I thought y'all were going live from Chrome. I didn't know you had to use do the whole thing with the link and all that. Because they kept telling me your camera doesn't have permission. I was like, what the heck? I gave it permission.
I gotta get together. I'm going to be busy the next 2 weekends. Maybe the following weekend we'll come over.
Yeah, but can he just go into YouTube on his?
Oh, he didn't know.
He go live.
No, he didn't know about YouTube. He didn't.
Okay.
He thought he'd go right from the Chrome browser and start.
Okay.
No, I did go to YouTube though. What do you mean, YouTube from the phone? YouTube from the phone?
Either one. You can do it from the phone, or you can do it from the Pixel. Yeah.
If I go to the YouTube website, when I was trying it, it kept telling me that like there's a little button that says live. When I hit the button, it would say the camera needs permission, and I would accept it and trust the camera. But then it would show me like the screen, like looks like it was a YouTube video about to play, but it would never go live. It had like a thing on the side, like a toolbar where it had like a link in the, I don't know. I can't even explain it.
I'll have to go. I want you to come over, Will. We'll do it one day.
I don't know how y'all do it, George.
Well,
George, so what do you do?
Well, I bet you if you go into YouTube and say streaming live from Pixel Book, I bet you it'll show you in a shot. Yeah, somebody's going to show you that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right. I need to go be with the family.
All
right. You guys have a great weekend.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody who donated. I appreciate it.
George, what's your website again? Plug your website before you go. You still got 10 people.
Oh, my website is mobilegeezer. mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, and I write at least one article a week, sometimes two. So for every time I broadcast on Sunday night with Geezer Bits, there's always something linked to one of the articles I just wrote. And Mike, you need to do your outro.
Okay. I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device. If you like today's video, give George a thumbs up. If you don't like today's video, don't give a thumbs down. Tell him why in the comments down below.
And I will forward that over to Mike and say, take care of this, Mike. And Will, you need to go ahead and promote yours.
Yes.
My channel has 3 videos, and nobody likes my video. They like Mike's video. When he
and tell him the name of your channel.
When Mike, it's just Will. But when Mike turns into me, and he reviewed the D-brand grips, he had a whole big reaction. When I reviewed the D-brand, when I reviewed on my channel, nobody watches it.
I'm tempted to send your video, send that right to D-Brand on Twitter and see what really comes out.
There you go.
Keep it up.
God.
Thank you, Gary. Gary said very entertaining show once again.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks all of you who joined us. Thanks, Anthony. All right, guys. See you next week, and it'll be on Mike's channel, Simply Your Device, 8 o'clock next Friday.
8 o'clock. You got it. See you.